Have you ever truly looked into the shadows of your own mind? Beyond the curated self we present to the world, there exists a hidden landscape, a darker reality that governs much of what we do, think, and feel. It's an uncomfortable place, but exploring it is the key to true self-awareness. Let's venture into these hidden truths together. First, understand this. Your mind doesn't prioritize truth. It prioritizes safety. From an evolutionary standpoint, survival has always been more important than objective reality. This is why we cling to comforting beliefs, even when evidence contradicts them. A convenient lie that keeps our world stable feels safer than a disruptive truth. We build entire identities around these safe ideas, and any challenge to them feels like a personal attack, a threat to our very existence. The mind's primary directive isn't to be right, it's to be secure. This drive for security makes us incredibly susceptible to manipulation. We are not the rational creatures we pretend to be. Our decisions are swayed by subtle cues, emotional appeals, and the simple power of repetition. Marketers, politicians, and even those close to us know this. They understand that by framing a message in a certain way, or by appealing to our deepest fears and desires, they can guide our choices without us ever realizing we're being led. We believe we are in control, but often we're simply responding to carefully crafted stimuli. Think about your daily routine. How many of your choices are conscious, and how many are simply habit? The mind is a master of automation. It creates neural pathways for repeated behaviors to conserve energy. This is why breaking a bad habit is so difficult. You're not just fighting a desire. You're fighting a deeply ingrained neurological program. We are, in many ways, creatures of habit, walking pre-programmed paths while telling ourselves we are explorers forging our own way. When these programs or beliefs are challenged, the mind's defense mechanisms activate. Defensiveness is a powerful shield. When someone criticizes us, our ego feels attacked, and the mind's immediate response is to protect it. It will deny, deflect, blame, or rationalize. It will construct elaborate arguments to prove its innocence, not because it's seeking truth, but because it's protecting its sense of self. Admitting fault feels like a failure, a crack in the armor, and the mind will do anything to patch it up. And what is this self that it's protecting? It's not a single, unified entity. Your mind is fragmented, a collection of competing sub-personalities. There's the ambitious self, the lazy self, the compassionate self, the selfish self. Each one vies for control, stepping forward depending on the situation. This is why you can have conflicting desires, why you can act in ways that seem out of character. You are not one person. You are a committee, and the internal arguments are constant. The illusion of a singular, coherent self is just that, an illusion. To manage this internal conflict, the mind becomes a master storyteller, a relentless justification machine. After we act, especially on impulse, the rational brain swoops in to create a plausible story for why we did it. We bought the expensive gadget not because of a fleeting desire, but because it's a long-term investment. We snapped at a loved one not because we were tired and irritable, but because they deserved it. This post-action rationalization allows us to maintain the illusion of being logical, consistent beings, even when our actions are driven by fleeting emotions and primal urges. One of the mind's most insidious tricks is projection. When we have a trait or feeling that we find unacceptable in ourselves, we often unconsciously attribute it to others. If you have unacknowledged anger, you might perceive everyone else as being aggressive. If you secretly feel inadequate, you may become highly critical of others' incompetence. Projection is a way for the mind to disown its own shadows by painting them onto the world around us. It's easier to fight a monster outside than to face the one within. This is fueled by our innate tendency for comparison. We are constantly measuring ourselves against others, our successes, our appearances, our happiness. Social media has amplified this to an extreme degree. This comparison game is one you can never win. because you are always comparing your behind-the-scenes reality with everyone else's highlight reel. It breeds envy, resentment, and a perpetual feeling of not being enough. Your mind uses comparison as a yardstick, but the stick is always broken. Compounding this is the negativity bias. Your brain is wired to pay more attention to negative experiences than positive ones. A single criticism can outweigh a dozen compliments. This was a useful survival mechanism for our ancestors. Remembering the dangerous predator was more important than remembering a beautiful sunset. But in our modern world, this bias keeps us trapped in cycles of anxiety, worry, and pessimism. We ruminate on what went wrong, ignoring all that went right. Confronted with these flaws, the mind has another escape route: resisting responsibility. It's far easier to see ourselves as victims of circumstance than as architects of our own lives. I can't help it. It's not my fault. If only things were different. These are the anthems of a mind avoiding ownership. Taking responsibility is hard. It means acknowledging our power to choose, and therefore our role in our own suffering. Blaming the world is a much safer, more comfortable position. And what does the mind seek amidst all this chaos? Validation. It craves approval, recognition, and the feeling of being seen and accepted. This desire for external validation drives so much of our behavior, from the clothes we wear to the careers we pursue. We look to others to tell us that we are good enough, smart enough, worthy enough. This relentless pursuit leaves us dependent on the opinions of others, turning our sense of self-worth into a fragile commodity that can be given and taken away at any moment. These are not easy truths to face. They reveal a portrait of the human mind that is not heroic or enlightened, but flawed, frightened, and profoundly complex. It's a machine built for survival, not for happiness or truth. But here is the most crucial part. Awareness is the antidote. Simply by understanding these hidden mechanisms, you begin to reclaim your power. When you notice yourself becoming defensive, you can pause and ask why. When you catch your mind spinning a justification, you can question it. When you feel the pull of negativity or comparison, you can consciously choose to shift your focus. You can observe your own habits without judgment. This is not about eradicating the mind's dark side. These patterns are deeply human. The goal is integration, not elimination. It's about bringing these shadows into the light of consciousness. By doing so, you move from being a passenger, driven by unconscious programming, to being the driver. You can't change the car's basic mechanics, but you can learn to hold the steering wheel. True freedom isn't found in pretending these darker aspects don't exist. It's found in knowing them so well that they no longer control you. It's the difference between being a puppet pulled by invisible strings and becoming the one who can see and even influence those strings. This is the difficult, lifelong work of becoming a truly conscious human being. It's about choosing to live intentionally, with full awareness of the beautiful, terrifying, and intricate reality of your own mind. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more explorations into the human experience. See you next time.